morning, friends. How are you today? I'm good. How are you? I'm cold. I'm looking for the sunshine today, and the sun is coming up, so that's good. I'm waiting for my devices to thaw out. It was cold last night. It was really cold, and they are not going to do that yet. So give me a second. Let me see if I can get it to pull up. Why does it take so long? You know, I can drive fast. I can do things fast. I want to know why it can't do things fast. So I'm not able to see you yet. I want to see you. That's why I'm here. So if you are here, please make a comment and we'll hope that it shows up somewhere. I don't know why it won't let me look at it over here. Hang on just a sec. I know, busy yourself, right? Okay. I hope this isn't a monologue day. I hope I can eventually get it to come up. All right, I'm going to try something else. Give me a second. I like where I'm at there. I'm in the right spot here. Yep. I know. Hang on, hang on. I know big things are coming today. That's what it's doing. It's just getting ready for big stuff. Have you guys got your Christmas shopping done? Tell me you do. All right, it's telling me that I don't have internet right here, which I should. I hope you can see me and hear me. Let's see what happens now. Oh, come on. That is not right, in my opinion. I know. I wish I had Christmas music playing in the background. I wish I did. Oh, you know, yesterday it worked so beautifully. Today it's not. I don't know what the difference is. I don't know where things come in that are that way. I don't get it. I'm going to try one more thing. And see if that helps. I've tried the one more thing. It's not working. Oh no. Oh no. I'm going to be talking blindly here today because I can't see your comments. And really, I depend on those so much. All right. All right. Okay. We just had Thanksgiving, and I'm really thankful that I have internet at all. I don't know why. It's sometimes just the airwaves just don't agree here, and I'm not really sure why. Let's see what I can come together on this. I'm working on it. I know. I've been on 4 minutes now, and you'd think I could have had it figured out. I really started earlier today, coming on to see if I could get it all hooked up and ready to go before you guys got here. And what do you know? It's not going to work. Okay, I'm just going to let that sit to the side. Hopefully it comes together so I can see your comments because those are really important to me and I love to hear your comments. So even if I can't access them right now, I'll be able to later. So please make a comment. I'm really sorry that I'm not able to interact the way I want to, but we're still going to get through this, okay? I've even wore a shiny shirt today because I thought I need all the good vibes I can get because I want the sun to shine. I love the transition that we're in right now. I love fall, but now we're in December. It's time to get all excited about the holidays and wonderful things that are happening. I watched a cute little Secret Santa on Facebook this morning. There's a guy up in Idaho who does a Secret Santa. and he's a news broadcaster, and he doesn't, of course, pay for all these things, but he goes out and delivers Secret Santas. And I don't know how often he does it, but I love to watch him. His name is Nate Easton, I think. Nate Eaton. I've never said it out loud. I've just seen it there. Anyway, this morning he delivered a check to a family in Firth, Idaho, which is really out in the middle of nowhere, a check for $25,000 because they were building a house. They're farmers. They're building a house in a barn, and the wind blew everything down twice. And now they're rebuilding again. And so he gave them a check for $25,000. And it was so sweet. She was so thankful. She said, I don't deserve this. Well, yeah, that's the kind of people that do deserve it. They're the ones that need it. And anyway, it was really, really sweet. He has cute stories like that all the time. I don't know why they pop on my feed. I've never been to Firth, Idaho. It's not that far away, but I've never been there. But I think it's really sweet how those things come together. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for joining in on our drawing that we started on Sunday, because we hit 4,500. I wish it was 45,000, 4,500 people in our group. And I think that is a day to celebrate. And when we hit 5,000, we are really going to celebrate. We're going to do something big at 5,000. So if you have anybody that you want to invite here, just think of your friends that maybe like to sew or like to create or do things. Invite them, because we would love to have them. The more people we get in here, the more we get off of Facebook. And Facebook is nicer to us. And I like that, definitely like that. And Betty Janey was our winner. We drew her name yesterday, and I just thought that was so sweet. She's been a follower for a long time. I have seen her, I've watched her, and she makes comments, and I love to see your comments. So thank you so much for your comments. So I have a couple of stories I want to share with you today. I mean, it's Thanksgiving, right? And we're going into Christmas, so really sweet things happen. I have to tell you what happened to me in the grocery store just a few days before Thanksgiving, the day before actually. I had been doing my shopping and my husband had to go somewhere else, but he said, I'll go to the grocery store with you for a minute. I'll help you load up some stuff, because I was in a hurry. And we got our grocery cart, we're going down the aisle, and he was running off to get things. I was going this way, and we were just piling things in that grocery cart. And he got me a large bag of flour. I think it was a 50-pound bag, and he slopped it on the bottom. And my cart was heaping. It was a lot of groceries, and I went up to check out. This is the heartwarming one. I went up to check out, and everything was fine, and I didn't get the flour out of the bottom. And the checker came over and, scanned it while it sat there. And I joked with her and I said, wouldn't it be nice if there was somebody that could carry it in the house for me now? And we both laughed. Well, I got out to my car, and by this time my husband had left. And I was loading my groceries in my car. And this sweet little man, he must have been 85. He came running over to me and he said, Miss, let me help you load your groceries. And I thought, how sweet. And then he was putting the flour in the back, and it was heavy. And he was a skinny little guy. And he said, I lost my wife a few months ago, and I'm doing this for her. And I thought, oh, that is so sweet. And I told him how sorry I was for him, and I wished him happy Thanksgiving. And I thought, what a nice little guy. I say a little guy, he was a little man, but it was very sweet. Okay, back into the grocery store. We're going to go back there now. In the grocery store. And remember, I told you I have my cart is heaping full. I mean, just heaping full. When I first got married, you could buy, with $25, you knew that you could buy 5 paper sacks of groceries. That's kind of we didn't have the plastic ones. I don't remember plastic ones. I remember paper sacks. And you knew that if you came home with 5 bags of groceries, you spend about $25. Well, that is not the case now. But I did have my cart heaping full of groceries, because this is all the Thanksgiving food. And I remember walking by this one candy thing. I'm thinking, oh, that looks so good. And I've walked by it several times and resisted. Didn't buy it. Well, I didn't buy it again that day. But I had my cart heaping full, and my husband was running there. I was running there, and I was pushing the cart. Sometimes he'd take the cart, but at this point, I had the cart. And I could not find a certain item on the shelf. So I thought, oh, I think it's 2 aisles over. So I got my cart, drove the 2 aisles over, and was shopping over there. You know how you park it to the side, and then you kind of walk up and down the aisle looking for what you need? I found it. I put it in my cart, and I looked at my cart. I said, Larry picked up that candy that I wanted. How did he know I wanted that candy? That was so sweet. And I put my olives in the cart, and I thought, wait a minute. There was a big tray of a veggie tray. I thought, I didn't put that in. We talked about doing a veggie tray, but I thought I was going to make what I wanted for the veggie tray. So I was a little thinking, what's going on here? And then I looked at the groceries, and it wasn't my cart. I thought, oh my heck, all this, hers was heaping full too. I'm thinking, I don't want to have to go back and reshop and re-go down my list and whatever. And I thought about the lady whose cart I have. I thought, she's going to have to go back and reshop too. So I zoomed back over to that aisle where I thought I had left my cart. And there was nobody there looking for a cart. There were people in the aisle, but there was nobody there saying, well, where's my cart? So I parked the cart up next in the aisle, and I could see my cart. So I ran down and got my cart and drove away. And I thought, I hope that lady comes back. I hope she remembers which aisle she left it in. And I drove away. And I had a few more things to grab before I left. But before I left, I went back down that aisle to see if her cart was there, and it was gone. So I was really glad that her Thanksgiving was saved, and so was mine. So here's my new invention. You know how when you have a big dinner, or even if you have an outside barbecue, and you have your cups, and if we have plastic cups when we have big dinners like that, the barbecues, we have them write their name on their cup, and then we know that that's their cup, right? Well, why can't we have tags in the grocery store for our carts? Wouldn't that be a great invention? A tag for your grocery store cart so that I knew which one was mine and that nobody's going to take it away? Well, that would be my invention. Okay, I don't know how you feel about that, but that's how I feel. Oh, Thanksgiving's over with. The food is almost gone. I still have some leftovers we're still working on, which by how many days has it been? It's been enough days that I don't want those leftovers anymore. Maybe you have figured out what to do with your leftovers. I don't know. All right. So once again, our promotion for December starts tomorrow. So if you are not on that email list, you need to go to the website, sewwithbarb.com, and go to the upper tab that says Get in Touch. Click on that. Enter your email, your name, and it doesn't ask for a lot of information. I think your name and your email. And then you will then be entered in the promotions. But the next thing for the promotions is you have to open the email when you get it. It has to be an opened email. So you have to open it, see what's in it, and that puts you in the drawing. Okay? And I will be drawing a name each time. So it starts tomorrow. If you have not entered your email in there, if you're not part of the group in my website, then you need to do it now. All right? That way you can be entered in the drawings. All right, I am going to talk today. You know how I love the sergers. I do. They're so simple, and yet people are afraid of them. I don't want you to be afraid of them because they do some pretty fantastic things. And we're going to talk about some feet today that I love. All right, here we go, right down here. We're going to talk about what these feet can do. Gosh, I have a lot of feet here. This one is my foot to come on my machine. So there we go. There it is. That's just a regular standard foot. This one is the beading foot, and you can tell because there's a channel that goes right along there. So hanging on, I'm going to grab my beads. because I want to show you how they are going to work. So here's my beads, and we're going to attach this. I'm going to show you how to put it on, but here's what you do when you get it on your machine. And there's where the beads go. They're going to go right through that channel right there. And when you buy your beads, and you'll notice I have a little curve in mine. It was even curvier a minute ago. I wet it down and put a weight on it to straighten it out a bit because it was really too curvy. But usually you buy them on a roll or in a package where they are kind of scrunched up. So they're a little more out of line, but that is how the beads are going to go on. And then this foot is called my Ruffling Foot. And you will see that it has a little spring bottom right there. And I'm going to show you how that comes into play. This is my lace applicator foot. Now, I don't do a lot of lace application, but I love this because it has a guide right here. So as you look at this foot, think of a 1/4 inch foot with a guide. This is going to guide your fabric through, and you'll notice you have a screw up here so you can put that adjustment anywhere you want. So I can use it with my overlock stitches. I can use it with my cover stitches. So there I can move it around where I want it to be. And this is going to be my guide. Now I have this set up to use for a flat lock stitch. And that's why I have it set up in that first little notch right there, because I want to have my fabric a little further in than my stitch, because I want to have some stitches hanging off the edges. So just think of this as a 1/4 inch foot with a guide. You're not going to always be doing a 1/4 inch, but you could. This could be your guide. So remember that. All right, and this foot right here is my cording foot or my piping foot. So that cord is going to ride right along the bottom in that channel, just like that. And that's what's going to guide it in. So I'm going to take a few of these feet and we're going to demo them today. And I am really sorry. If you have comments, thank you so much for commenting. I just can't see them. And I do not know why. I'll try again here in a second. Sometimes it just pops up, sometimes it doesn't, and I am not sure why. All right, let me check one more thing. In fact, we even have internet extenders in our house. It's just kind of weird. What can I say? Not a whole lot is working this morning. Oh well, we'll take it what we can get, which is kind of nothing today. So I will read your comments later and we will definitely make remarks on those comments. Okay, the first foot I want to show you is the beading foot. So I'm going to put the beading foot. Now, if you have any questions of how to set this up, let me go back over here for just a sec. If you have any questions how to set things up, remember, you have this guide right here, the quick reference threading guide. This tells you every way to set up every stitch. But if you're using the feet and you say, well, I don't know how to do that one foot, let me show you right here. I've even marked my pages today. Here is the beading foot. With the beading foot, this will tell me exactly what settings to have it at, how to do it, how to do it. I mean, it's all there for you. Let's go to the next one we have right here. Here is the lace applicator foot. This one right here. It will tell you all the ways to use it. So this foot, or this book right here, is really important for you to keep around. So I keep it with my feet in my foot package, because that's when I'm going to use it, is when I pull a new foot out, if I don't remember how to use it. All right, let's go over here. We are now going to do the beading foot. And remember, I told you, I'm going to put this down for just a second. And of course, I have my wonderful little tray down here. I have gotten to really love that thing. The thing I like about it is that these doors go up and down with it in place. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about taking it off. There are some trim bins where you put them on here. You can't move the door up and down. You have to take the door off or take the foot off or take the tray off to move this door up and down. Well, you don't have to with this one. All right, I love it. I'm going to put my foot up. I'm going to just slide those. Let me move that guy out of the way. just to get it out of the way. And I'm going to slide those beads right under. I want to have plenty of beads that I have some hanging out the back right there. All right, I'm going to put my foot down just to hold those. Notice it's not holding much because I don't have anything stitched on it yet. It's just sliding around. Now for this stitch, and you will see this in your book, I've got it on the medium, the M right here. I have it between 3 and 4 on the rolled edge. So a rolled edge, let's see if I can show you that, is on my machine, it has a circle around it. On your machine, it might be colored in darker, but mine has a circle. I want to be between the 3 and 4. Normally when I do a rolled hem, I'm just off the 1 because I want a nice tight rolled hem. On this, I want to have the rolled hem stitch, but I don't want it tight because I'm going over beads. If I had that tight, I would be breaking a needle or breaking a bead. Don't want to do that. All right, so I'm going to come back over here, and I have it on Stitch Selector D, and you will see that on your settings pages in your book. All right, and I have some very colorful threads right here. Let's see what we can do with them. I'm going to take a piece of fabric. I'm just going to fold it over, and this is going to want to slide out until it's got a few stitches in there. If you want, you can take a few stitches. Excuse me. I have my foot down, and I am going to take a couple of stitches. And now that is not going to slide in or out. It is kind of stuck. I'm going to fold my fabric over just to see what that does. And put my fabric in there. My blade is up. Whoops. Come on, girl. I hope I just didn't lose my thread. I don't know if I have my thread is going in there, so let's see. Whoops. Now you see how my beads came up? I don't want that, so I'm going to raise my needle. Beads are a little kind of tricky that way. I'm just going to help guide them. And because they have a little loop in them, they're a little harder to just let go. You have to kind of hang on to them, but you don't want to pull on them. I also have my differential feed down to 0.6. Okay. And I've used really non-matching thread because I wanted you to see what my stitch is going to be like. So let's go back over here so you can see how this worked out. All right, so there it is my stitch. I've got my beads on there, and you would not be using red thread on this stitch if you were doing this your right way. You wouldn't be doing that. Now I could have that on the edge of my fabric. If I wanted to, I could also open that fabric up and have beads in the center of my fabric. All right, there I go. All right, that would be my beading foot. All right, let's go to the cording foot. Here we are right here. We're going to put that cording right down the center. Now for this setup, I'm just going to be in a regular 3-thread overlock. So I'm going to go back up to B on my settings. I'm going to go to, on my length, I'm going to be about a 2.5. And I'm going to change my foot out. Put my cording foot in there. This is called the cording or the piping foot, either way. And my blade's going to be up. It really doesn't matter where my blade's going to be. All right, I am going to just fold some fabric over. And it doesn't matter how much fabric I have. This is kind of a wide piece. I really don't need that much fabric. All I need to do is have enough fabric to fold over the piping or the cording. So I usually have about 2 inches of fabric. And I'm going to have the cording go underneath my foot in the channel. You want it to be in the channel. Put it down. I'm going to put my differential feed back up. So this is just a regular 3-thread overlock. And I've got my fabric out. It's going to cut my fabric off. This is the part I love the most because it cuts it, it trims it for me. What I want to do is I want to keep that fabric tight on that cord. And this one you can do a lot faster than the beadwork. And I hope that you'll explore some of these feet that you have for your machine. I mean, why not? You've got them, right? They're there to make you a better seamstress. So there I go. I've got my piping in there. Now, where would you use piping? I put piping anywhere I can. I really love to do it. So I will put it in a pillow. I will put it, you can put it in a dress. You can put it on a bag. There's so many places you could put this. Now with this cording foot on, I am now going to say I want to put this on the edge of this fabric. I don't have to go trim it because it's already trimmed. I am once again going to put the cording under my foot, and you could do this all in one step. I would make my cording separate, but then I would put it in. I could have another fabric on top, and I could do it all in one step. And once again, it's going to guide my cording, so you're going to have this straight, it's going to be tight. What that does is just keeps it right in the right place. And there I go. I've got cording or piping in my project. Okay, let's move away from that foot. Next, I'm going to go to my ruffling foot. This is the one with the little flange underneath. All right, I'm going to stay in my 3-thread overlock. And I'm now going to move my differential feed, which is way over here. I'm going to put that all the way up. And I'm going to put my length clear on the highest number, which is a 4. So I've got my differential feed up to a 2. I got my length at a 4. So if you were doing this on a sewing machine, this would be my tension. And I want it on the highest number. I want it on the longest length. Okay, and the width really doesn't matter. So let's just go with what we've got. And I'm just putting that right under that flange. I'm not worrying about the flange if all I'm going to do is just ruffle this. Okay, this is the ruffling foot, and it does a great job of ruffling. And I know I've shown this to you a zillion times, but I think it's always worth repeating. There's my ruffle. I could put that in so many different places if I wanted a ruffle. Okay, and now I'm going to take it one step more, and I'm going to make it a ruching strip or a puffing strip. There's different things you can call it. And notice I'm going a little bit slower on this side because it can get a little out of hand. And there is my puffing strip. Now, if you want, sometimes it'll come up a little wonky, so if you just pull it like this, gently on the sides, it evens out those gathers, and you've got a beautiful little puffing strip. I love that. Okay, let's do another one. This time I want to put a piece of fabric underneath. My right side is up. And remember that flange we have under there? I'm going to put this one under the flange. Let me use the other one. I've got this one's a little bit longer. Right side up. And I'm going to put that one under the flange. And I think I'm going to take maybe a stitch in there just to stabilize it so it won't slide out. Okay, now this one is the part that I don't want to have ruffle. Remember that flange I told you that's under there? That protects it from the feed dog, so it's not going to ruffle. I'm going to raise my foot up, slide my fabric in. So remember, I've got a few stitches in my bottom fabric, the fabric that's going to ruffle, and I've got this one on top. Now, the angle I'm at, I may miss it a little bit, so I'm going to be very careful. And I'm going to take it slow, and you'll see what magic happens. Now this tends to want to go that way, so I'm going to kind of hold it this direction. All right, let's see what we've got over here. This one is one of my favorite things to do. There I have now installed a ruffle on maybe the bottom of a skirt, maybe the side of a pillow. There I've already got it connected all in one step. Simply because I used this foot. This foot allows fabric to go on the top so they don't touch the feed dogs under here, and it's not going to ruffle where the bottom is going to ruffle. And that's how that foot works. Is that amazing? Okay, we've gone through, we've talked about the lace applicator foot, and this is a great foot. Use it, figure it out, a piece that you can put it in and try it. Try the ruffling foot, try the beading foot. Even if you're not going to put beads in, try it. See what you think of it. And the cording foot. Now, I hope that you use these feet. I mean, you bought them, right? And if you didn't buy them, these are feet I would have. Definitely I would have. But just know that you always have your helps and you have your book that comes with your foot. Now, if you didn't buy the foot kit, then you're not going to get the book. But every single foot comes with the instructions. So it doesn't matter if you bought them as a set or as individual feet. Individual feet still come with the instructions, so you're covered. No problems, right? All right. I hope you have some questions, and I'm sorry I can't see them right now. I would love to. Love it so much, but I can't. It's not going to allow me. Let me see if we can. I still can't even pull it up. I don't know why. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If I knew what was making it work, I would fix it, but I don't know. I don't know how to do that, so it's not going to let me do it. So, if you have questions, please ask them. I'm going to be there. I'll answer them later today. And remember, if you're not on the email list, get on there because tomorrow the promotion starts. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun December. It's already December. You got to get that shopping done. And just relax and have fun with your family, right? That's what you have to do. All right. That's all I have for today. I will see you tomorrow, though, somewhere. In your email list. I will see you tomorrow. Check your box, your inbox. Make sure you open it, see what's in there, and it'll explain all about it. All right, everybody. I will catch you later, and ask questions, make comments. Even if you watch this later, I will still answer them. All right? Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.